He wasn't the most hyped player coming into the league, but today, he's one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. Travis Kelce's journey to NFL superstardom wasn't a straight shot to the top. In fact, it almost didn't happen at all. Coming out of Cincinnati, Kelce had the raw talent, the size, and the swagger. But when the 2013 NFL draft rolled around, 62 players were taken before his name was finally called. The Kansas City Chiefs took a chance on him in the third round, hoping they had found a diamond in the rough. But from the very start, Kelce's career was on shaky ground. Just as he was settling into the NFL, disaster struck. A knee injury sidelined him for almost his entire rookie season. One game. That's all he played. The doubt started creeping in. Was this it? Was Travis Kelce just another mid-round pick who never panned out? He had the talent, but could he stay healthy? Could he adjust to the speed and intensity of the NFL? Then in 2014, everything changed. Kelce came back stronger, more determined than ever, and when he finally stepped onto the field, he didn't just play, he dominated. His second season, 862 yards and 5 touchdowns. Kansas City had found its X factor. This was only the beginning of Travis Kelce's rise, and the NFL had no idea what was coming next. Every great quarterback needs a trusted weapon. Montana had Rice, Brady had Gronk, and for Patrick Mahomes, his go-to guy has always been Travis Kelce. But this wasn't just a quarterback and a tight end, it was a chemistry unlike anything the NFL had ever seen. When Mahomes took over as the Chiefs starter in 2018, everything changed. Kelce became more than just a reliable target. He became unstoppable. Defenders couldn't keep up with his route running, his hands were automatic, and his ability to turn short passes into big plays made Kansas City's offense lethal. And the numbers? They were historic. Kelce wasn't just playing the tight end position, he was rewriting the rules. 2015. First Pro Bowl selection, the first sign that Kelce was destined for greatness. No one had ever seen a TE put up wide receiver-like numbers year after year. Kelce became the first tight end in history to record 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Legends like Rob Gronkowski and Tony Gonzalez set the bar high, but Kelce, he shattered their records. Most receiving yards in a single season by a tight end. Fastest tight end to 10,000 career yards. He wasn't just in the conversation for the greatest tight end of all time. He was making his case as the greatest. But it wasn't just about the stats. Kelce brought swagger, energy, and a personality that electrified the game. The Kelce Shuffle became a signature touchdown celebration. The charisma, unmatched, and his passion for the game, contagious. He was a showman, a leader, playmaker, and by now there was no doubt Travis Kelce had become the best tight end in football. But his story was far from over, because next, he would cement his legacy as a champion. For years, Travis Kelce had been one of the NFL's most dominant tight ends, but there was one thing missing: a Super Bowl ring. The 2019 season was different. The Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, had built an offense that was unstoppable. Speed, power, precision, and at the center of it all, Travis Kelce. Then came the playoffs, and Kansas City found itself on the brink of elimination. Down 24-0 to the Texans in the divisional round, Kelce took over, 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter. A performance for the ages. Momentum carried them all the way to Super Bowl 54, where Kelce had the biggest moment of his career. The Chiefs were trailing late in the game. The pressure was suffocating. But when Kansas City needed a play, Mahomes looked to his most trusted weapon, Kelce. End zone. Touchdown. The moment the Chiefs took control, the moment they knew they were about to win it all. And when the clock hit 0, Super Bowl champions. They said we couldn't do it. Now we're champions. Kelce's voice boomed through the confetti-filled stadium. The passion, the emotion, the years of hard work had finally paid off. But his journey wasn't over. 3 years later, Kelce found himself back on the sport's biggest stage. But this time, it was personal. Super Bowl 57. Chiefs versus Eagles. Travis versus Jason. The first time in NFL history, 2 brothers faced off in a Super Bowl, and the world was watching. What followed was an absolute thriller, a back-and-forth war between 2 powerhouse teams. Kelce, as always, showed up under the brightest lights. Another Super Bowl touchdown, another game-changing performance. And in the end, Kansas City lifted the Lombardi Trophy once again. The greatest tight end in football had just cemented his legacy. It started with a simple gesture, a friendship bracelet. Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's biggest superstars, had a plan. He wanted to meet Taylor Swift, the global icon. So at one of her Eras Tour concerts, he did something bold. He made her a friendship bracelet with his number on it. The world laughed. Was he serious? Could an NFL tight end really shoot his shot at the biggest pop star on the planet? But Kelce wasn't just any guy. He was Travis Kelce, and somehow it worked. What started as a playful story turned into the most viral romance of the year. Rumors swirled. Were they talking? Were they dating? Then it happened. Taylor Swift showed up at at a Chiefs game sitting next to Kelce's mom Donna, the internet exploded. Every camera was on her. Every social media feed was flooded with reactions. And just like that, Travis and Taylor became the most talked about couple in the world. The attention was unreal. Every Chiefs game wasn't just about football anymore. It was a cultural event. TV ratings skyrocketed. Paparazzi swarmed. Jerseys flew off the shelves. But for Kelce, he never let the noise distract him. If anything, he thrived under the spotlight. Some critics claimed the relationship would hurt his game. Instead, he played some of the best football of his career. And through it all, Taylor was right there, cheering him on. Taylor Swift wasn't just watching, she was all in. From Kansas City to primetime playoff games, she was there, front and center. And every time the camera cut to her, social media went wild. Travis Kelce had already conquered football, but now he was a pop culture icon, a Super Bowl champion, a record breaker, and half of the most powerful couple in sports. But the real question, was this just the beginning? When Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship went public, it wasn't just fans celebrating, it was critics sharpening their knives. Some said Kelce was too caught up in the spotlight, that the attention, the cameras, and the celebrity status would pull him away from football. Is he still focused on winning? Or is he just riding the pop culture wave? Sports analysts debated it. Social media turned it into a firestorm. Every dropped pass, every tough game. People were quick to blame Taylor, but Kelce, he never flinched. Through all the noise, Taylor Swift never wavered. She kept showing up. She kept cheering. She kept supporting him. Not as a global superstar, but as someone who believed in him. She had spent her entire career dealing with public scrutiny. Now it was Kelce's turn, and just like her, he handled it with grace. When the world doubted him, Kelce did what he's always done. He let his game do the talking. Critics said he was distracted. He delivered another dominant season. Haters said he wasn't focused. He helped lead the Chiefs on another deep playoff run. And when he scored touchdowns, he celebrated harder than ever because he knew exactly what they were saying, and he didn't care. The world saw a celebrity relationship, but for Kelce and Taylor, it was something real. And no amount of criticism was going to change that, because at the end of the day, Travis Kelce was still one of the greatest to ever play the game, and he wasn't slowing down anytime soon. The Kansas City Chiefs entered the 2023-24 season with a singular mission: return to the Super Bowl and reclaim their throne. The journey was anything but easy. Each game tested their resilience, with opponents eager to dethrone the reigning AFC champions. Travis Kelce, the team's star tight end, faced mounting pressure. Critics questioned whether his high-profile relationship with global superstar Taylor Swift was a distraction. Was his focus still on football? Could he deliver when it mattered most? Despite her grueling schedule on the globally acclaimed Eras Tour, Taylor Swift made it a point to support Kelce. She was spotted at multiple Chiefs games, cheering passionately from the stands. Her presence wasn't just a testament to their bond, but also a statement to the world. She believed in him. Fans and media took notice. Every appearance sparked headlines, blending the worlds of pop culture and sports in unprecedented ways. Yet, amidst the media frenzy, Taylor remained steadfast, focusing solely on supporting Travis. The culmination of the season led the Chiefs to Super Bowl 58, facing off against the formidable San Francisco 49ers. The stakes were monumental. For Kelce, this was more than just a game. It was an opportunity to silence doubters and etch his name deeper into NFL history. The game was a roller coaster. Tensions ran high as both teams exchanged blows, each refusing to back down. Kelce's performance was nothing short of spectacular, making crucial plays that kept the Chiefs in contention. In a nail-biting finish, the Chiefs emerged victorious with a 25-22 overtime win. The stadium erupted in celebration. Amidst the confetti and cheers, one moment stood out. As the celebrations ensued, Taylor Swift made her way onto the field. The cameras captured the heartfelt embrace between her and Travis. In that intimate moment, away from the glaring lights and roaring fans, they shared a quiet exchange. Travis, still catching his breath, looked into Taylor's eyes and said, "You're the best, baby." It was a simple yet profound acknowledgement of the unwavering support she had shown throughout the season. The world watched as they solidified their status, not just as a couple in love, but as partners who stood by each other through every challenge. This chapter in Travis Kelce's life wasn't just about football glory. It was about love, resilience, and proving that with the right support, one can overcome any obstacle. The Kansas City Chiefs had solidified their reputation as a powerhouse in the NFL. Returning to the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year, they aimed to further cement their dynasty status. The anticipation was palpable as they prepared to face the Philadelphia Eagles, a team hungry for redemption after their previous Super Bowl defeat to the Chiefs. Emotions ran high as both teams took the field, each aware of the legacy implications tied to the outcome. Travis Kelce, the Chiefs' star tight end, entered the game with determination. Early on, he made pivotal catches, setting an aggressive tone for Kansas City's offense. However, the Eagles' defense quickly adapted, subjecting Kelce to relentless double coverage and formidable hits. Despite his efforts, Kelce was limited to 4 receptions on 6 targets, totaling 47 yards, and was unable to find the end zone. As the game neared its end, the Chiefs found themselves trailing. The final score stood at 40-22 in favor of Philadelphia. The defeat was a heavy blow. Kelce, visibly shaken, demonstrated sportsmanship by congratulating the Eagles on their well-earned win. Taylor Swift, who had been a steadfast presence throughout the season, stood by him on the field, offering solace during the somber moment. In the post-game press conference, Kelce addressed the media, his voice tinged with emotion. He candidly acknowledged his subpar performance, stating, "I wasn't at my best." This introspection sparked discussions about the Chiefs' future and whether this loss marked the decline of their dominance or a setup for a formidable comeback. As the dust settled, one thing remained clear. The journey of Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs was far from over. The resilience forged in moments of defeat would undoubtedly fuel their drive for redemption in seasons to come.